No question about that. Kim will do a great job there. Alanna Rizzo is going to be our new cohort here. She'll begin full-time on Friday. We look forward to that. She's made her path in baseball, too. Let's give her plenty of credit there. Nice to talk. Alanna, how are you today, okay?
I'm really good. It's always good to talk to you, Dog, and also just to continue to hear from Kim Ng. There's one thing that I noticed when the Marlins announced her hire, and that even the most staunch baseball men were applauding this hire. And when you have guys that are highly respected in the industry and women that are highly respected in the industry saying that this was a long overdue hire, you know it was well earned for Kim Ng. So I'm excited to see that conversation.
100% with you there. All right, how about you breaking in? I know you did plenty of television, Madison, Wisconsin, and you bounced around Wichita, as you know, everybody has to do that in this field. How about breaking into baseball and breaking into sports? When did that occur? I know the Dodgers, of course, recently. When did that occur? Where's the Rockies? Was that the deal there for you, Alanna, way back when?
Yeah, I went to school at the University of Colorado in Boulder and received a master's in journalism. And my first job was Wichita Falls, Texas. From there, Madison, Wisconsin, back to Denver to cover the Colorado Rockies for 5 seasons. And then my first stint at MLB Network there in 2012 and 2013. And then most recently, 7 seasons with the Los Angeles Dodgers. So I've moved a lot, state to state, averaging a state to state move every couple of years over the last 10 seasons. But, enjoyed my time in Los Angeles and so thankful to be back with MLB Network, back living on the East Coast.
Oh, again, listen, you wouldn't want to cover the Rockies today. I guarantee you that. So I don't know I forget what their record may have been 6-7 years ago, but they're going to have a long year chasing the Dodgers. It's funny, your first team and your last team in the same division, one's in last place, one's in first place, and the Dodgers are going to be very, very good. Probably a little something to prove. Maybe enjoy a parade. Your ball club there in L.A. is going to have a heck of a season. Let's talk about them first. Go ahead.
Ian, with the Dodgers, it's hard to believe a World Series championship team just got even better. And I think you can say that they have gotten even better with the addition of another Cy Young Award winner in Trevor Bauer. So they have 3 Cy Young Award winners on their staff, one of which is pitching out of the bullpen. It's hard to believe that David Price is actually starting the season out of the bullpen. The Dodgers announcing that Dustin May received that 5th starter spot. But they're better now. Clayton Kershaw is still an ace. Clayton Kershaw is still incredibly good. First ballot Hall of Famer. Walker Buehler certainly coming into his own. We know what he has with the confidence, the poise, the power on the hill, and the stuff to back up the confidence, if you will. Of course, Trevor Bauer, the addition there, bringing another Cy Young caliber arm to that team. And then you have, Tony Gonsolin, you have Julio Urias, who, threw the final out of the World Series for the Dodgers. So incredible arms, not to mention the lineup that you have. Absolutely no hole in the lineup. I love that they brought Justin Turner back. I can't imagine Justin Turner in another uniform. He's the glue that keeps that team together. Dave Roberts has said time and time again that Justin Turner is the captain of the Los Angeles Dodgers and the glue that keeps that team together. So the Dodgers are good. I think the one question, every team has a question, is, who's going to be the bridge to Kenley Jansen? And they've maintained that Kenley is their closer. So how long will that last? I guess it's his job to lose.
Well, I mean, he can be the closer all he wants. 162 games, they can overcome that. Postseason, who they give the ball to in a big spot will be very interesting. I do think one thing. I think the Padres, the moves they've made has kept the Dodgers awake. I think they're going to be focused because they know there's a rivalry brewing down there 150 miles to the south, and San Diego's a young team. They're chatty. I think actually San Diego being so active has helped the Dodgers a little bit here. Think about getting ready for the season. What's your take there?
And for me, I'm all for it. I'm looking forward to competition finally in the National League West. The Dodgers have been the dominant one in the NL West for the last 8 seasons, having won the title there, of course, going to the World Series in 17, 18, and finally winning it for the first time in 32 years in 2020. And if you're looking at off-season and winning the winter, if you will, the Padres have done that with the additions of who they've brought over in terms of Yu Darvish and Caratini to be his backstop. Obviously, Austin Nola back there behind the plate as well. Signing Fernando Tatis to that long-term extension. You already know what Manny Machado can do if he decides that he's going to play baseball on that day. The Padres are a very good team, and finally a team in the National League West that will give the Dodgers a run for its money. However, I do think the Dodgers are still the team to beat in the NL West. And while I do think it will be a bit more competitive and more of a recent rivalry, I do think that the Dodgers don't necessarily see the Padres as a rival, whereas the Padres definitely see the Dodgers as one.
100%. Nor should they. Let the Padres beat the Dodgers a few times before we start thinking about. One thing about San Diego, they're wearing a little bullseye on their back right now. Let me see that team play with a little expectation. That's the one thing I would say about the Padres. They're supposed to win. That's a different element than, well, come out of nowhere and do a nice job. We are looking forward to Friday. Get a good night's sleep. We'll see you in a couple days. Appreciate you coming on as usual.
All right. Looking forward to it. Thanks.